I'd like to welcome Bradley Mayer-Harman from the Brampton Real Estate Board, one of the 2016 YPN Award winners.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you, Bradley, again. So you've been in the industry for 6 years. You've already been president of the Brampton Real Estate Board. You've helped govern an organization called Water Cycle. You've filled numerous volunteer positions. What's allowed you to accomplish so much in a short time?
Passion. I enjoy what I do. For me, it's been, I guess my core principle is always be improving, always be learning. It's very important to who I am that I am always improving, and also to show as an example to where I came from and to the people that I know who started off life in a little bit more of a difficult situation. Like I grew up in an environment of poverty, and so finding my way out of it was crucial to my survival, but to my family's survival.
Of all your achievements to date, what experience would you say has been the most integral in helping you succeed in real estate?
Experiencing what I did as a child, like starting young businesses when I was younger. When I was 12 years old, I borrowed a lawnmower, my neighbor's lawnmower, and I mowed everyone on the street's lawn, and I did his for free so I could borrow the lawnmower. Yeah. Like little things like that. And my experiences have always been building. It's been my willingness to take on risk and to try new things that has allowed me to evolve into, a proper salesperson, so to speak, or I guess consultant. I don't know, real estate's its own brand, I guess. But for me, I guess it's been a constant building and an ability to adapt to risk and accept it for what it is, has allowed me to take on more and more challenges.
You're a big believer in the power of technology.
Yes.
What do you think is the most important thing technology can do for the real estate industry?
Especially in a very, intense market like Toronto or, the GTA. Yeah. and Vancouver, like communication and speed of communication is crucial. And the fact that we have systems in place now where we can communicate to our clients the moment a listing is put up is fantastic. But not just that, it's our ability to weave through statistics, discover, evaluate homes. Now, when you're talking about presentation of property, who knows what technology is going to do? Because you have your 3D modeling, and you have your the 360 cameras, which I think are kind of cool. For me, I love drones. I think that drones are the way people will experience communities in the future. Like you have your Google Earth, you have all of that, but eventually my belief, and it's something I'm actually putting time and effort into adapting into a business model, is by using aerial photography and video in combination with artistic video, you can create a personality of a community in a video, and you make it in short, bite-sized pockets, and you provide that to the consumer. So, because especially in today's world, you see the traveling and the movement of people is happening so much more. They're moving outside of their comfort zone for one very important reason. They're being priced out of certain communities. And so even if your family has a lot of money, or if you have no money, you still deserve a tool to decide which community best serves your lifestyle, your family, and everything else. And so if you're going to look into the future, I would suggest that you need to incorporate the visual effects of video with the character of communities, and adapting these different technologies to service everyone is going to service our industry, but the person who kind of harnesses that technology.
With regards to social media, are you a post and go, or are you a post and be social with them?
You know what? I prefer to be the post and social with people. I think that as an industry, and this may not be something that everyone agrees with, but I think that we glorify home ownership, and I think it's important that we do. But my problem is I don't like having my customers or my clients see home ownership as the end. I don't like the whole presence of, once you get into a house, all of a sudden the world is done and it's peachy, it's a dream. The reality is life is constantly a challenge, and real estate agents are responsible for not just the sale of a house or the purchase of a house. Our customers are going to evolve, if they haven't already, to expect more from us. That's the only way this industry is going to survive, is if agents realize there's no such thing as just the transaction and then you're out of the business. It's got to be a long-term, at least that's my perspective. Everyone's entitled to their own, but I just believe that, you know, the long-term relationship and building that trust is crucial to our industry.
What advice do you have for realtors who may not be 100% comfortable embracing technology?
Well,
would you say to just delve in?
I would, but you know what? I think that it's kind of like jumping into an ice cold river or an ice cold lake, right? If you just jump in right away and you're uncomfortable, your first instinct is to jump right back out. Instead, what I'd suggest is start with something you're comfortable with. Like if there's, obviously, you're going to have to evolve as an agent. You can't stay the same because you're going to be kind of pushed out of the market over time. Clients would prefer, and more so, maybe it's because I deal with a lot more the younger crowd. I know we don't like to be referred as millennials, okay? There's no such thing as a generation. We're all different. But no, but my point is that eventually consumers are going to demand additional forms of technology when they communicate with their realtors, when they ask for information, when they start seeing other agents incorporating material that are going to be easier for you to consume. So this could be video, this could be 360 video, this could be communicating via Skype and all these other things. Things will always adapt, and if you do not adapt with them, it is difficult to see, you to follow that trend in the future of real estate. Sometimes people will find, they'll think they have an advantage and then they sit still. And then all of a sudden, 5 years later, they realize, holy smokes, I'm so far behind. And so you do have to get into that uncomfortable zone, wherever you are, in order to really evolve.
It is an ever-changing business.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, with regards to organized real estate, you're about to be past president of the Brampton Real Estate Board. Do you have aspirations to move further on with OREA or possibly with the Canadian Real Estate Association?
I have, yes. I guess it's not too hidden, the fact that I want to get involved. I love organized real estate. I love seeing it transform. I think that the industry needs to have its voice needs to evolve, and in order for it to do that, it needs to start allowing people outside of any type of box in, so everyone's voice can be heard. It's all about it's the multiculturalism that makes Canada so strong. Is the opportunity of having different minds communicate and find the best solutions and find the best technologies and mentalities that will create a system that serves everyone and that everyone can benefit from.
So you do see a benefit in organized real estate. We were having a conversation earlier that there are numerous members that don't see the benefit of having organized real estate.
Yeah, no, I totally disagree with that. It's so important because it does protect the consumer. The consumer does not actually come to the table and say, you know what, in 10 years, I know I'm going to need to know that there's not going to be a second municipal land transfer tax. They don't do that because it's not in their eye. We are the advocates for the consumer. If we were not there, that would almost certainly pass because the will of the people are not represented. And by having organized real estate, you have an association that is going to represent the buyers of the future and, in essence, the real estate market.
If you could snap your fingers and change one thing about real estate overnight that would make the industry in a whole more successful, what would that be?
One thing, which we are hopefully in the process of moving towards, is evolving our education criteria, but also the way we teach new agents. It's kind of like at some point we're put out into this world as a new agent and expected to know it all. You ask a lot of a consumer when they're your first client. If you're really thinking about making real estate a career for you, which is what I think it should be, I think that you need to really address the effort that needs to be put into place and the financial investment that needs to be put into place.
Bradley, I'd like to thank you for sharing your insight and for dropping in and chatting with us today. It's been a pleasure, as always.
Oh, well, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay. Thank you.